Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Quick Cut as we are here for the NFYFC Championship Saturday as we get set for our second game. It's the 8 under division with, of course, again, the Creek Outlaws taking on the Village Toros. If you're just tuning in, we had our 6 under game take place earlier with the Outlaws taking home the win 16-8. And now we get set for our second matchup. Toros won the toss.
All right, Toros, again, they've won the toss in the first.
And they've deferred. So the Outlaws will get the ball to start, and then it's the Toros ball in the second half.
Field orientation day is running east to west. The Outlaws will be heading west toward the scoreboard. San Jose's on the east end.
Toros wearing their orange jersey, black pants, and black helmets with black numbers and a white outline. And the Outlaws in their all-black uniforms with white numbers.
And we are back to 11-man football here.
Outlaws looking to go to 2-0 on the day so far, winning their first championship. It's another beautiful day here on this Saturday. A little sunny. It was cooler this morning, but is quickly heated up as the sun has come out. And we'll get set to kick this one off. So we'll have 10-minute quarters to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the North Florida Youth Football Conference Commander Division Championship between the Creeks Outlaws and the Village Toros.
And we'll be using the full length of the field for this one. We have the shorter field for the 600, but the 8 and under team will have.
We'll see if closing the door makes him a bit quieter. There's a window, but.
Again, Outlaws starting off with the ball. They run up to the line of scrimmage to get set to go.
Quarterback under center.
Quarterback lines up under center, takes the snap. He'll hand this one off and won't get much on the play. It might be actually a loss of one.
Second down 11.
So that'll make it 2nd and 11 now. Second and 11 now for the Outlaws. Again, quarterback lines up as center. He'll send one man in motion. Takes the snap, going to hand that one off. Tries to bounce out to the outside. Gets to the secondary, still on his feet, and is finally taken down at about the 39-yard line. So that'll make it a 3rd and 6 now. Number 8 is your quarterback. That's Jude Costa. Outlaws setting up for a 3rd and 6 now. Quarterback lines in shotgun. Sends King in motion. And early jump there from the Toros. That's going to be an encroachment call there. And that will push the Outlaws up another 5 yards and make it a much more manageable 3rd down. Officially 3rd and 1 now. Good little hard count from the Outlaws. Toros trying to time that jump. 3rd and 1 now. Quarterback lines up center, sends King in motion again. And another flag before we get the snap off. It's going to be a false start on the Outlaws, so that will send them back to the original 3rd and 6 position we had. So 3rd and 6 now for the Outlaws. Welcome in, everybody listening. King again heads in motion. Costa in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off. No, keeps it now, running to the outside, and the Toros defense all over top of him. They take him down behind the line of scrimmage. And, oh, they lost the ball, and the Toros have it. So now what was going to be a 4th and long turns into a huge turnover, and the Toros will get the ball in Outlaws territory. So the Toros with a big defensive turnover to start this game, and now their offense comes out onto the field. They'll take over at the 37-yard line. Outlaws crowd getting into it now, as they hope their defense can hold the Toros here. They'll take the snap, hand it off to the outside, trying to find some room. He does, still on his feet, and he's finally taken down at about the 27-yard line. And that'll set up a 2nd and 1. A good start there from the Toros offense. They look to try and score the first points of the day. Second and 1 now. Quarterback lines up under center. One receiver out wide on the near side. He'll take the snap. They'll hand it off up the middle. Good run. A nice little stiff arm there. Now bouncing out to the far sideline. Still on his feet. Trying to get one more man to beat. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. The Toros take an early 6-0 lead. On a beautiful run play. And they've taken an early lead. Couldn't quite catch the number on that one. So now we'll go for the point after, though, as the Toros look to go up 7-0.
1 point attempt is from the 3. The point after from the 5 could be worth 2.
But the way the rules work here is if it's for 1 point, it goes out from the 3-yard line, and a 2-point would be from the 5-yard line. So Toros lining up for the 1-point conversion. Toros take the snap. They're going to hand this one off again up the middle, and he pushes his way into the end zone, and that's good for the 1-point conversion. So the Toros lead it 7-0 with 6:31 remaining in the first quarter. So the Toros take a huge fumble recovery and turn it into 6 points. And they're off to a hot start here in this second game in the conference championship Saturday. So the Outlaws now will get back on offense. And look to try and tie this game up after fumbling on their first offensive possession. Outlaws lining up 1st and 10. They'll start on their own 35-yard line. Takes a snap. It's going to be a direct snap. Toros right in there defensively, though, and take him down in the backfield. There is a flag on the play. That was number 20 on the carry. That's Ruiz McWhite.
Decline. Second 12.
And the penalty was against the offense. Penalty was declined, so now it's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Outlaws. Acosta, who was the quarterback on that first drive, now lining up in the wide receiver position on that far sideline. They'll take the snap. It's another direct snap, run up the middle. Good run there. And he'll pick up about 6 on the play to make it a 2nd and 6. Or sorry, 3rd and 6 now for the Outlaws. Now getting set up in the shotgun. Nobody else in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's going to run to the near sideline. Makes one move, still on his feet, and he's finally brought down at the 40-yard line. So that'll set up a 4th and 5. It is number 20 who has been sitting up in that quarterback position on the direct snaps these last couple of plays. Ruiz McWhite. We'll see if the Outlaws go with something different here as they set up for this 4th and 5. They actually ended up making a 4th and 4, gave him an extra yard. A little jump there, and they're going to call it. The Toros jumped just enough, a late flag, but a flag nonetheless, and that will give the Outlaws their first down. A first of the game for them. A costly penalty for the Toros. Remember, that's their 2nd encroachment of the day. Had one earlier, but it was offset because the Outlaws ended up taking a false start penalty. So now we have a whistle here, but they're sending everybody back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like we're good to go. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Here's the snap into the outside, and taken down behind the line of scrimmage is number 1. That's Taden Jones. And that'll now set up a 2nd and 12. Toros defense has had an excellent start to this game, already with a fumble recovery, a couple tackles behind the line of scrimmage. As they look to try and stop the Outlaws from getting anything going on their first drive. Here's a direct snap again to number 20, and he gets a couple there. Ruiz McWhite picking up 2 on the play to make it a 3rd and 11. The 3rd and 11 for the Outlaws. Just joining us, the Toros lead 7-0 to this one after a fumble recovery and then a 30-plus yard touchdown run to give them a 7-0 lead. Outlaws looking to try and march down the field and respond. Here's the snap. They'll hand this one off to Ruiz McWhite, still on his feet, and he'll gain a couple of yards. We'll see where they spot him. It might be enough for that first down. Or, sorry, back to the line of scrimmage. So I'll set up a 4th and 10 now. A long 4th down now for the Outlaws. They're going to need a big play here if they want to pick up that first down and keep their drive going. Costa now back at the quarterback position in the shotgun. Throws McWhite in motion, and he gets handed off, and he's taken down in the backfield. Great job by the Toros defense, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And now it looks like Ruiz McWhite was shaken up on that play. Hopefully he's okay. And he got tackled hard. As soon as he was given that ball, the Toros defense was right there to jump on top of him. He's up, though, and on his feet, which is good to see. And he's going to stay in the game. So it's a turnover on downs, and the Toros offense back out onto the field. They'll take over on the Outlaws' 40-yard line, looking to try and go up 2 scores early with 2:23 remaining in this first quarter.
All right, Toros ball. Defense is held twice. First and 10 heading in on the Creek's 40. Minutes to go here in the first quarter of our Commander Division Championship.
First and 10 for this Toros offense, looking to try and put up another big run. There's the handoff. He'll bounce out to the near sideline, into the secondary, and he just knocks over one of the Outlaws defenders, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Depending on the spot, that should be enough for a first down, and it will be. So good 10-yard run there from the Toros. And the Outlaws have just not been able to stop the run game so far. As the Toros continue to march downfield. Here we go, first and 10 from the Outlaws' 29-yard line. Take the snap, they'll run this one again up the middle, and finally taken down at about the 25-yard line. We'll make it a 2nd and 6 now. Second and 6. Toros line up under center. They'll take the snap. It's a handoff, and the ball is loose, but Toros quickly fall on top of it. So that'll set up a 3rd and 8 now for the Toros. As time winds down here in this first quarter, just 17 seconds remaining. They might have time to run one play here. And whistles blow before they get the snap. So that'll do it for the first quarter as the Toros lead at 7-0 on this NFYFC Championship Saturday. Thank you guys for tuning in to Quick Cut. Join this Championship Saturday. And a shout out to Bulls High School for hosting the event. They've got a beautiful stadium. Looking to try and go up 2 scores. Quarterback lines up at the center. He'll take the snap, a handoff up the middle, and he's into the secondary. One man to beat, cross the 10, now the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Toros. A great run. On that 3rd and 6. Just put on the Jets to beat all of the rest of the Outlaw defenders. And the Toros now have a 13-0 lead as they get set for the point after. I'll try and get one of those numbers for you so I can see who scored. Unfortunately, they are kind of far away from the field. Toros lining up for the point after here to try and make it 14-0. Take the snap, hand this one off to the outside, cuts back up the middle, and he's in for the point after attempt, so that'll make it 14-0. Toros taking an early 2-score lead here at the start of the second quarter. Two big touchdown runs. They had a 30-plus yard touchdown run earlier from the Toros. And then that last one was over 25 yards. So the Outlaws will now come back out on offense to try and cut the deficit. Had a turnover on their first possession, and then a turnover on downs on the second. And they'll again start things off on their own 35-yard line. Costa lines up in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off to Reese McWhite, and he's into the secondary and down just across the 40-yard line. There is a flag on the play. Let's see. Look. So they're picking up the flag. So no flag on the play. So that'll make it 2nd and 4 for the Outlaws now on their own 41-yard line. Second and 4, Outlaws getting set for the play. Costa in the shotgun. And it looks like a false start this time against the Outlaws. That'll push them back. Little jumpy to start this game on this Saturday morning. But you can't really blame them. Excited to play some football. So it's 2nd and 9 now for the Outlaws as they look to try and cut this deficit in half. Here's the snap. They're going to hand this one on off the middle, and taken down at the 39-yard line is Taden Jones. Picks up a couple on the play. So 3rd and 5 now. They're actually going to spot it right at the 40, it looks like. Third and 5 now for the Outlaws. Again, lining up in that shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a low snap, hit the ground. They hand this one off, and pushing his way through, and is finally brought down very close to that 1st down yard marker. That was Taden Jones again. And they're going to mark him just short, so it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Outlaws. Toros defense looks to try and make a big stop here as they lead 14-0 with 6:40 remaining in this first half. Outlaws looking to keep their drive alive on 4th and 1. Direct snap there, and he'll run up the middle, and he should have enough for that first down. And it will be. So the Outlaws pick up the first down, and we'll keep this drive moving. Substitution coming in. Number 1, Taden Jones comes out of the game. Now on their own 46-yard line, Outlaws take the snap. They'll hand this one off. It's Ruiz McWhite. Tries to bounce out to the outside, and he picks up 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 officially. Outlaws able to sustain a little bit of an offensive drive here as they had a quick turnover on downs and a fumble earlier in this game, but now approaching midfield. Costa takes a snap. That one hit the ground again. They'll get the handoff, and now trying to get up the middle. It's Ruiz McWhite, and I think he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll set up a 3rd and 8 again. Maybe a loss of about an inch. Third and 8 for the Outlaws with 4:33 remaining in this first half. Costa lines up in the shotgun. He sends Ruiz McWhite all the way onto the outside. Costa takes the snap. He'll roll out to his right, looks to throw, now keeps running. He's going to take it himself, and he's taken down just before midfield. He'll pick up a couple yards on the play and make it 4th and 6. And a timeout taken by the Toros now on this 4th down with 4:03 remaining in this first half. And Costa thought about throwing that one. Looked like he wanted to unload it, but decided against it and then took it himself to pick up a couple yards. Have not seen a passing attempt yet so far in this game. Did have one attempt earlier in the 6 and under game. Unfortunately, that one fell a little bit short of the intended receiver. Again, if you're just tuning in, we welcome you into the NFYFC Championship Saturday. Had our first game with the 6 and under Outlaws won 16-8. Now we have the 8 and under group sit here with 4:03 remaining in the first half. Currently, the Toros lead at 14-0. After they turned a fumble recovery into a quick 6 points with a 30-plus yard touchdown run, and then made it 14-0 on a long offensive drive and capped it off with a 25-yard touchdown run. Got the 1-point conversion on both touchdowns. Outlaws still conferring on the sidelines as the Toros defense is out there on the field, and they head back out now as we get set to get this second quarter rolling again. So 4th and 6 for the Outlaws. Big 4th down coming up. Costa in the shotgun. Two men go in motion. There's the snap flag on the play. They'll hand this one off to Ruiz McWhite, and he's got nowhere to go. He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the flag is here, but that one's going to be against the Outlaws, so the penalty is declined, and the Toros will take over on downs. With 3:57 remaining in quarter number 2. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Toros on the Outlaws' 49-yard line. They've had 2 offensive possessions, and they've had 2 touchdowns so far, both coming on touchdown runs. We'll see if they can pick up a 3rd one. Quarterback lines up in the shotgun. One man to his right. Takes the snap. He'll roll out to the near sideline. It's a direct snap. He's going to take it himself. Still on his feet. Makes one miss. And he's trying to get to the secondary. And one Outlaws defender finally holds him down. But not before a huge pickup for the Torres. And they'll mark him at the 25-yard line. And it's a 1st down for the Torres. So the great run game continues. I believe that was number 3 who made the tackle for the Outlaws. Holmes did everything he can. He was holding on for dear life to make sure he did not get into the end zone. And he successfully brought him down all by himself. So 1st and 10 at the Outlaws 25-yard line. Torres take the snap. They're going to run this one out on the far sideline. Flag on the play. Now up into the secondary is taken down at about the 15-yard line. But this flag will be a holding call against the Toros, so that'll set them back. But again, the run game for the Toros has been very successful, and a huge reason why they're up 14-0 right now with 2:43 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Coming up after this, we have the 10 and under game. And then after that, it'll be the 12 and under on this championship Saturday for the NFYFC. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to Quick Cut. As we get back underway, Toros setting up on a 1st and forever. Quarterback will take the snap under center. He'll pitch it to his running back. Now pushing to the outside. Breaks through multiple defenders. It's going to take a couple Outlaws to finally bring him down at about the 35-yard line. So that'll set up a 2nd. Still a 2nd and very long. It's going to be 2nd and 18 officially. But Toros pick up a nice chunk of yardage right there. They'll take the snap, hand this one off again. He's got one blocker downfield, going to the outside. He's got some speed. He's across the 10, the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Another huge rushing touchdown for the Toros. And they now lead 20-0. The Outlaws, unfortunately, just have not been able to bring the Toros' run game down. And they'll get set up now for the point after. All three touchdown runs for the Toros have been over 25 yards. Here's the snap for the point after. And it is good, so that'll give the Toros a 21-0 lead with 1:24 remaining in the first half. Now the Outlaws will get the ball back on offense to try and get something going offensively, get their first points of the day before time runs out for the half. And to recap, if you're just joining us, the Toros had a fumble recovery on the opening drive, which then they turned into a 30-yard touchdown run. Then on the Toros' first offensive possession, they got a 25-yard touchdown run to make it 14-0. And then just now, another 25-yard touchdown run for the Toros to make it 21-0. So it's been a very successful day on the ground for the Toros, as the Outlaws now take over 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. They'll hand this one off, run up the middle, but taken down quickly, a gain of about 3 on the play. So it'll set up a 2nd and 7 now for the Outlaws. Second and 7. Outlaws line up in the shotgun. They'll hand this one off, but the Toros defense right on top of him. He bounces out to the right side, though, and turns this into a nice gain. Looked like he ran out just shy of that first down yard marker. And actually mark him 2 yards short, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. But a great run there from the Outlaws. Toros were right there in the backfield, but able to bounce out to the far sideline and turn that into a nice gain. Now a timeout taken by the Outlaws, so 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Outlaws looking to try and get something on the board offensively before the end of this half. Toros sideline making some noise on this 3rd down. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Reese McWhite, and he's just swarmed by multiple Toros defenders, and he's taken down in the backfield. So that'll bring up a 4th and long now for the Outlaws. But the Toros have been very good in their run game offensively, and they've been really good on the defensive side of things, shutting down the Outlaws' run game, which is a large part of what has led to this 21-0 lead for the Toros. So it's going to be 4th and 9 officially, as the Outlaws look to try and keep their drive alive with 16 seconds remaining in this first half. Fourth and 9 now for the Outlaws. Let's see if they can keep this drive alive. Costa lines up in the shotgun. Sends Reese McWhite in motion. Takes the snap. He'll roll out to his right. He's going to throw downfield. And, it's dropped down right at midfield. That one was intended for Taden Jones. He almost had it, and he might have had a shot at taking that one to the house. I like that play, though, from the Outlaws. maybe one to bookmark when we get into the second half. But for now, Toros will take over on downs with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Great throw from Costa. That's a tough throw to make, especially at 8 years old. And to his credit, he got the ball down there. It's just a little bit too high for Jones to come down with. Now, and you can't, Outlaws are going to be ready defensively here. You can't count the Toros out with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They've had a very successful running game. They've had multiple 25-yard-plus-yard touchdown runs. And they'll look to try and do it again here. So 1st and 10 on the Outlaws' 36-yard line. Toros take the snap. They might throw this one. Chucks it up downfield, and that one falls incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 6 seconds now remaining in this first half. If I'm the Toros coach, I'm keeping this on the ground. They've had so much success there. You might have a shot at still punching one in before the half ends. Second and 10. Toros again line up in the shotgun. One man in motion, takes the snap. He'll drop back to pass, throwing out to the near sideline, and that one just falls incomplete. He had a man open. 2 seconds remaining in this first half. Unfortunately, these black numbers on the orange jerseys are a little tough to see with these white outlines. So it's 3rd and 10. 2 seconds remaining in this first half, though. Here's the snap. Toros will try to throw one more time, and this one's complete. Caught at the 30-yard line. Flag is down on the play. Still on his feet. Now across the 20. Still going. Cuts back the other way. He's across the 15. Outlaws still can't bring him down. Now he's across the 10-yard line. And finally, 4 Outlaw defenders have to bring him down at the 9-yard line. And that'll do it for the half. There was a flag on the play, but it won't matter as time runs out. All right, everybody, and welcome back as we get set for the second half of this conference championship matchup for the 8 and under teams. Of course, the Creek Outlaws taking on the Village Toros. Toros currently lead 21-0 after scoring 3 25-yard-plus touchdown runs. Had a fumble recovery early in the game as well. Meanwhile, the Outlaws haven't been able to get much going. And the Toros will start with the ball on their own 35-yard line after the deferred the kickoff to start this one off.
Spotters are behind the Toros. Officer Williams, they're not to see spotters behind the Toros.
So 1st and 10 now for the Toros.
We got behind the Creeks. Mr. Official, hold, please.
They're asking
The spotters are behind the Toros. Are we good?
to hold on the play here as they're getting set on the sidelines. Okay, we're good to go now. Toros take the snap. They're going to hand this one off, and the Outlaws defense gets him in the backfield for a loss of about 2. Great job by the Outlaws defense to make that tackle. That'll set up a 2nd and 12 now for the Toros. Outlaws need a big stop here early in this third quarter.
Good play to start the second half by the Greek defense. 2nd down, 12 to go for the Toros.
Toros take the snap. They're going to hand this one off again up the middle and immediately brought down. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage to make it 3rd and 10, but a good start for the Outlaws defense. That continues to been able to stop this Toros running game on their opening drive of the second half, which was their bread and butter in that first half that helped them build that 21-0 lead. So 3rd and 10 now. Still Toros on their own 25-yard line. Takes the snap. That one a little wide, but was caught by the running back, and he now pushes it to the near sideline and dives through multiple defenders to pick up, gets close to a 1st down. That was number 59 on the carry, Mitchell. So it's going to be 4th and 2 officially for the Toros. Makes it a much more manageable 4th down. Nice run from Mitchell. He barreled through a couple defenders at the end there to try and pick up that 1st down, but unfortunately fell a couple yards short. Toros take the snap, rolling to the right. They're going to throw at the far sideline, and it's caught at the 40-yard line and taken down just shy of the 35. We have our first pass completion of the day. Great job by the Toros to pick up that 1st down and are now into Outlaw territory. Toros making a quick sub. Believe that is number 26 coming into the game. Shotgun for the Toros. They take the snap. They're going to hand this one off, and now bouncing out to the near side. Cuts up the middle, and finally taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll mark him at the 31. So 2nd and 4 now. That run was by Caden Johnson. And a nice job by Johnson to make a cut back up the middle after running to that far sideline and pick up a nice chunk of yardage. So second and 4 officially with 6:17 remaining in this third quarter. Toros under center, takes the snap. They're going to pitch it. Coming to the outside, still on his feet, and is taken down at the 25-yard line, which is enough for a 1st down. So the Toros continuing a good rushing game. Just 5 yards out of the red zone. They lead at 21-0 with 5:52 remaining. Again, we welcome you if you're just joining us here on Quick Cut as we are here on this Saturday morning for the NFYFC Conference Championship. 6 and under teams got finished a little bit earlier with the Outlaws defeating the Toros 16-8. And now again, the Outlaws taking on the Toros here for the 8 and under division. Toros take the snap, hand this one on up off the middle, and a short gain of about 3 on the play. That'll set up a 2nd and 6. Now with about 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. The Outlaws would love to get a big stop here defensively before they go down 4 scores, already down 3. Toros line up in the shotgun. No, under center, sorry. Takes a snap. It's going to be a direct quarterback sneak, and he's got some daylight here, still on his feet, finally taken down at the 10-yard line. That's enough for another Toros first down.
It'll be first and goal for the Toros.
Now in the red zone for the Toros, looking to try and score their 4th touchdown of the day. Toros lined up under center. They'll take the snap. Pitch to the far sideline. Makes a cut. Back up the middle. Knocks over a defender, and he falls just short. Yeah, it looks like they'll mark him at the 2-yard line, so that will make it 2nd and goal on the 2 with 3:57 remaining in the third quarter. Toros looking to pick up their 4th touchdown of the day. Again, that run game continues to be very successful for the Toros. The Outlaws have had a lot of trouble bringing down these Toros running backs. Lines up under center once again, takes the snap. They'll hand it off up the middle. And he is in for the touchdown. So the Toros get their 4th touchdown of the day. And now lead it 27-0. They'll try to go up 28-0 after this point after attempt. Which again, if you're just joining us, it's taken out from the 3-yard line, it's a 1-point attempt. If it's taken from the 5, it is a 2-point attempt. Toros have gone for 1 each time after scoring a touchdown. So that time, not a 25-yard plus touchdown run. They've had 3 of those earlier, but another good, long, successful drive from the Toros. And they punch it in once again on a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the snap going for that 1-point conversion, and this time it's no good. So 27-0 is your score. Toros lead.
And counting here in the third quarter, Toros leading the Outlaws 27-0.
And the Outlaws now will get back on the field to try and get something going offensively. Outlaws fumbled on their first possession, which turned into a Toros touchdown run of 25 yards, or 30 yards. And then I've just turned over the ball on downs each time. And every time the Toros have had the ball, they've run it in for a touchdown. That last one being the first one that was under 25 yards. And that's how we sit at 27-0 right now with 1:30 remaining in the third quarter. I'm going to give a thank you to Bulls High School as well for hosting this event. Got a beautiful field for these kids to play on here on this conference championship Saturday. So under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Outlaws back out there, 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Costa's still under center for the Outlaws. Takes the snap. He's going to hand this one off. And he'll pick up maybe 1 yard. Actually, probably mark him closer to the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 with under 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. And a lot of credit to the Toros defense, who has stopped everything the Outlaws have tried to do, including a passing play earlier in this game. Number 7 comes out of the game for the Outlaws. Now a whistle. It looks like we're going to have a timeout. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's at the end of the third quarter, so we'll switch sides. Toros taking a 27-0 lead into the fourth quarter here in this conference championship game in the NFYFC. Coming up next after this, it's going to be the 10 and under division as the Creek Outlaws take on the Callahan Warriors. It's coming up again after this game. 10 minutes now remaining in this one. Outlaws 2nd and 10 on their own 39-yard line. Or 35. Here's the snap from the Outlaws. They'll run this one up the middle and won't pick up any yards there. So 3rd and 10 now. Here for the North Florida Youth Football Conference Championships on this Saturday morning. Third and 10 now for the Outlaws, and a couple of Toros defenders jumped. So I believe this is going to be encroachment, and it will. So now that'll make it a 3rd and 5 for the Outlaws. Much more manageable 3rd down situation. It is 2-down territory. You don't have any punters. It's always 2-down territory. Outlaws will make a sub really quick. 15 comes out for number 12. It's Maximus Hamilton coming into the game for the Outlaws. So 3rd and 5 for the Outlaws on their own 40-yard line. Take the snap. They're going to hand that one off to Jones, and he's immediately brought down in the backfield for a loss of 1. So that'll make it 4th and 6. Toros' defense has just been stellar all morning. And they have held the Outlaws to very little offense, and now they set up for a 4th and 6. You're listening to the Quick Cut YouTube channel here as we broadcast the North Florida Youth Football Conference Championships. Had our 6 and under game earlier today with the Outlaws defeating the Toros 16-8. Now with the 8 and under division, Toros lead this one 27-0 with 7:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we have a timeout here as Outlaws will discuss what they're going to do on this 4th down. Try and get something going. Maybe they go back to the passing attempts. They had one earlier in the game that nearly picked up a 1st down for them, but the pass was a little bit too high. But maybe they can get another one to work here and get something rolling. Number 87 comes out of the game for the Outlaws. That's Sawyer Carlson who comes out. And we are set to go for this 4th and 6 now with 7:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. Toros lead at 27-0. Outlaws trying to get something going offensively here. And that's another penalty on the defense. Toros jumped again, so that should give the... actually it'll be a yard shy, so it's going to be 4th and 1 now for the Outlaws. Went from a 4th and 10 to a 4th and 1, much more manageable for the Outlaws to try and keep this drive alive as they look to try and get on the board. Toros with 4 rushing touchdowns on the day, 3 of them coming from at least 25 yards out. Costa lines up under center for this 4th and 1. It'll be a direct snap to the running back, though. Ball on the ground. He's got to fall on top of it. And it'll be a turnover on downs, giving the Toros the ball back. Here was 7:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Toros will look to continue their success on offense. 4 drives, 4 offensive touchdowns. Defense continues to hold a shutout. They also have a fumble recovery in this game. Toros will take over at the 42-yard line. And they'll get lined up here for this 1st and 10. Quarterback lines up under center. Takes the snap, hand this one off. Ball is out, it's loose. Let's see who got on top of that ball, and it's going to be the Outlaws' ball. A big defensive recovery for the Outlaws. And after turning over the ball on downs, they get it right back with 5:28 remaining in this fourth quarter. Good job by the Outlaws defense. Had a little trouble earlier in this game, but get a nice stop right there and recover the ball on that fumble. So the Outlaws offense now back out in the field for this 1st and 10. They'll start off on their own 43-yard line. Looking to try and get some points on the board before this one comes to a close. Costa lines up in the shotgun. 1 man in motion. Takes the snap. Rolls out to his right, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Toros defense picks up a sack. Outlaws now back to their own 40. That'll set up a 2nd and 13. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 now for the Outlaws. Costa takes the snap. He's going to look to his left, in trouble, now throws, and that one's caught. And now across the midfield, finally wrapped up at about the Toros 49-yard line. The catch was made by Ruiz McWhite. He's had a pretty good day on offense for the Outlaws. He's a yard short of that first down, so it'll be 3rd and 1 now for the Outlaws. But they got their own successful passing play there to get something going. 3 minutes now remaining in this fourth quarter with the Toros leading at 27-0. Outlaws take the snap. Costa rolling to his right. He's going to chuck this one downfield, and it is nearly caught, but it falls incomplete. Taden Jones nearly had the reception. So that'll set up a 4th and 1 now with 2:30 remaining in this fourth quarter. You're listening on the Quick Cut YouTube channel here for the North Florida Youth Football Conference Championships. Outlaws look to try and keep this drive alive. It'll be a direct snap to Ruiz McWhite, and he powers through that defensive line, and I think he's got enough for the first down. Let's see where they mark it. And it will be enough for the first down. So the Outlaws pick up a first with 1:53 now remaining in the fourth quarter. First and 10 for the Outlaws. We're across midfield now. Fakes the handoff. Costa rolls to his right and looks to throw, and he's sacked, and the ball is out and loose. And let's see who's got it. It's Toros' ball. So they recover on the fumble. Costa tried to get out to the nearest sideline to throw that one downfield, but a good job by the Toros defense to make that play. So with 1:10 remaining in this fourth quarter, Toros take back over on offense as they lead 27-0. Just when you thought maybe the Outlaws had something going there, the Toros defense stops them right in their tracks. Time continues to tick down here for the Toros. You can tell they're excited over there on their sidelines. They know they've got this one in the bag. Time continuing to tick down. They might just let this clock run out before they snap this final play. 14 seconds left. Now they head to the line. And they will get set up in I formation. 1 second left, and that will do it. The Toros take home the championship as they defeat the Creek Outlaws by a final score of 27-0. Congratulations to the Toros, who get a big win over the Outlaws. Although a round of applause to the Outlaws as well in a hard-fought game. They couldn't get much going, but they fought all the way until the end. So now coming up after this, we will have the 10 and under game, where the Creek Outlaws will take on the Callahan Warriors. And if you're just tuning in, we thank you for listening here on the Quick Cut YouTube channel for the North Florida Youth Football Conference Championships. The 6 and under game finished up earlier this morning with the Outlaws defeating the Toros 16-8, and now The 800 game just finishing with the Toros winning this one 27-0 over the Outlaws. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, game number 3 on this Saturday afternoon.